We can all agree on that the most important thing in disc golf is distance. Throwing far is the most important thing, and I think I can speak for the both of us.
No.
So throwing far is maybe not the most important thing. That's too much. But as a beginner, I want to throw really far. So this video is about throwing far, and hopefully at the end of it, I'll be able to throw further, and so will you.
I think you should aim for throwing straighter, but that's just my point of view.
And longer. So first off, we need something to compare to, so I'll be throwing 5 throws that we measure and then calculate an average distance. And I'll be using our disc bolt because you said so, but we will talk more about disc choices in a little bit. So I got an average of 72.8 meters. What is that?
You're a beginner. It's pretty good actually. I'm gonna give you that.
Thank you.
But you were also like 10 to 30 meters.
I like the height.
We can actually find something that, you know,
Let's
bump your
increase
numbers
that.
up.
Yes, please and thank you.
Yes.
So how do we do that?
First off, you have to wipe your disc, of course. You didn't even wipe it, and it's freezing cold out, and you had a wet disc. That's a good technique tips for you. If you're looking at distance, have you heard about the hyzer flip? The disc wants to travel just straight, but it flips up a little bit, and then you can actually have a slight turnover, which means
The disc turns over.
Slight turnover is that actually makes kind of a inverted S-curve.
Yeah.
S-curve. That's the way to get distance. If you're gonna do sheer distance, I mean just pure distance.
I want pure distance.
If you look at a surfer, goes up on the wave, you can actually, you know, travel further, just be on that wave. And the same goes for distance. You have to put up the disc on a wave with an anhyzer, especially if you have a tailwind. That wind is gonna actually push you.
That's why you do the anhyzer, not the hyzer flip.
So if you're having the wind from this direction and you put the disc up here, then you see that then the back of the disc is a little bit, you can actually grab the disc and put it forward. But if you have a hyzer,
push it down.
You can kind of push it down.
So the anhyzer good,
Hyzer
flip
good, yes.
not good.
For distance, yes.
Yeah, okay. You don't have anything to say about that, do you?
I have a lot to say about your footwork, but you shouldn't be like just technical. You have to think about what do you want to do. You want to put as much speed into this as you can, right? Fast is good, strong is... Some people think, okay, I'm just gonna be strong and I'm gonna, you know, big muscles. But think you're gonna be fast. Talking about be light on your steps and be soft. Can't be fast if you're like this, like the Hulk. Yeah, the Hulk is pretty fast, but
but if the Hulk had a limp. So fast and the anhyzer.
And also finding a disc that can handle your torque. Finding the perfect disc for you is crucial. I picked the bolt.
The bolt. And here's why.
Because you need both speed and glide. Your arm speed is not, you know, on the highest level yet. So you need some glide. Actually, it's to actually have the disc to glide further and further. It wants to travel further. It wants to hang in the air. So it's easier to have that S-turn, which is very, very important to have a long distance shot.
We have a selection here. We have the bolt here and the stiletto on the far left side for you guys. Why is that?
This is just the rating of the stability. If you try the most overstable disc, you have to make that anhyzer from the get-go. Otherwise, it will fade so fast, and you won't have any distance at all. If you're looking at distance, this is not the disc for you. It's almost not a disc for anyone for just pure distance.
Okay.
Because it has a lot of fade and less glide. Do you understand?
Maybe.
With the Sapphire you have, it's a lighter disc that helps the glide. It wants to stay in the air and kind of, surf down the fairway. If you have more speed in a year or two, then you can step up to a Ballista Pro or something.
One day.
One day. Dream on.
Little child. That's why I'm using the bolt, and with it I'm not making any mistakes.
There was a couple of mistakes. First of all, you were aiming too high or throwing too high. You aim pretty good. For you as a beginner, you should actually be repetitive and try to mimic your motion you want to make. It was perfect when you're doing this, but then you were up here, you were kind of, the disc was down here, and then you were ripping it like
To the sky.
straight up. If you're gonna throw high, you should have a lot of anhyzer.
But should I go for height?
You should be, almost flat with the ground.
Okay.
Maybe 5 to 10 meters up, and try to find the correct angle of this so it doesn't, stall out. Then you have lost, a couple of feet or meters. If it lands on this edge, if you're right-handed, it kind of makes but then you have lost at least 10 meters.
So it should land pretty flat.
Pretty flat, yes.
Okay.
If you talk about you as the technique and the run-up,
Yep.
you're doing like this, and then you're walking, and sometimes you were turning all the way like this.
Yeah.
And you end up here. Okay, you have to stop, because otherwise you will kind of, if you're turning away too much, you will end up kind of stand still. And then you have to use, only the hips to... What I want you to do is actually travel more sideways.
Okay.
So you can carry the speed into that last, step. And
Like so?
yes.
And then choop.
Oh, there you go, my man! Yeah!
Nice. This can't be right.
Think about crushing the disc. Hype yourself up, get some hype up music before the throw, and then go kill it.
Thank you.
That was. $106.